welcome. This is Heidi's Homemade Quilts and More. I'm Heidi. Hello. I'm going to do a whip and chat with you guys today. And, well, I haven't been on in a while because, well, I just moved like halfway across the country. So, today I am working on, Tatiana and Oberon from Diamond Art Club. I am almost done. So close. This is actually going to go into my new library slash TV room that I am putting together. I actually have not received my stuff yet. I moved. I actually got here in Arizona where I'm living now around the first of the year. I just moved into my apartment here on the 11th, but my stuff has not gotten here yet. It's supposed to be here this weekend, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything goes well and it's here and I can actually set up my apartment. So I've been super busy building furniture. I've been building a lot of IKEA furniture, and I ordered some stuff on Amazon that I put together and stuff too. Once I have stuff together and able to show you guys, I will go ahead and give you guys a kind of a tour of my new place, and in the same process kind of show you my stash of crafty stuff. I've had a few people ask me if they could see my stash. I don't currently have it with me, obviously, because it's all with my my moving stuff. So yeah, when it's here, I will show you guys. I have quite a bit of stash in diamond painting and in yarn and in quilting supplies. A lot of it has actually been in storage for the last 3 years. So a lot of it is going to be brand new for me because it's going to be Christmas, opening all my stuff again. And so there is that. Sirius is here with me, obviously. He has decided to go to bed, so he is actually sitting and sleeping in his cage right next to me, because he is crate trained. So yeah, he decided an hour ago that he was gonna go to bed. I was gonna do this a little earlier. It's 8:30 right now, my time. But I was kind of waiting to see when the sounds of the area were going to be quiet. Earlier there was quite a few kids running around outside making a lot of noise. So I wanted to wait and make sure that it was a good quiet time to do a video. So yeah, we're gonna try to make this a longer one. Haven't seen, well, not seen you guys, but talked to you guys in a while. Kind of on purpose because, like I said, I was moving and I had to get all my stuff together, and I had a lot of stuff to do to get ready for that. And now that I'm here, I had moved out here with the intention of working for one company, and I decided not to do that. So I actually just took a new job. I start actually with Michael's. I know, go figure, a craft store. I start with Michael's on the 26th, I think it is. So that's exciting. I was actually going to get out of retail, but then I decided that I would stick around in retail for a little bit longer for a craft store, because I figure if I'm going to stay in retail, I want to work at a place that I think I would really enjoy working because, it's a craft store and I am into crafts. So, I think it will be enjoyable to do, and I'm looking forward to starting my new adventure with that. I'm sure I'll probably do quite a few haul videos when I do start working there, to show you, new stuff that comes in and stuff like that. I fully intend to do that kind of stuff. And yeah. So, I've got a list here of some questions that I found online that I figured I would there's like, how many questions are there? There's a couple different sets of questions. There's like 30, and then there's like another 20 questions. So there's like 50 questions total. We'll see how far we get through. And you can kind of learn a little bit about me through these questions. So the first question on this list says, watch Star Wars or Star Trek? Oh, this has like a three-part question, actually. Star Wars or Star Trek? I'm not really into either one of them. I'd probably watch Star Trek over Star Wars. And I'm sure that's probably not a popular opinion. Yeah, I just never really got into Star Wars. And I haven't seen the new movies at all. I'm sure at some point one of my friends is probably going to force me to watch them, but I have not seen any of them and don't intend to watch them on my own. I don't know. I feel like I almost would have to like watch them in order, but I don't know. I don't know. And then the second part of the question says Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings. Well, obviously Harry Potter. I mean, I did name my dog Sirius Blackie. So I obviously have a strong pull towards Harry Potter. I've never really been a fan of Tolkien. Ever since I had to read The Hobbit in middle school and like junior high, I could not stand that book. I don't know why, because I read like crazy. Like I read so many books a year. It's insane how many books I read. But I just could not get into his writing. I don't know if it was the style I didn't like or what, because I like the fantasy genre and everything. I just for some reason can't get into Tolkien. And yeah, so Lord of the Rings, I've seen the movies. They are good movies. But if I had to go like solely on like the books, I would say no, I'm good. Yeah, so let's see. The next question number 2, says read on a Kindle or a paperback book. Well, most of my books are hardcover. So I would have to say a hardcover book. I do have a Nook that I use. I actually have not used it in quite a long time. I do sometimes read on my Kindle app on my phone. But I definitely prefer having an actual book in my hand. There's something about a book and the way that it smells and everything that goes along with it is what I like. So definitely an actual book. Let's see. Question number 3. Go to a play or a musical. That is a difficult one. I am partial to musicals. When I was in high school, I was in musicals, and I was in performance choirs and all that stuff, and performed a lot of live music and everything. So I probably would lean towards musicals, but I would in no way say no to going to a play as well. I also did that when I was in high school. I was in drama and all that stuff. So yeah, either way, I would be down for it. If I had to choose one over the other, like they were happening the same night and I had to choose which one, I would probably go with the musical, simply because I like music. So I would probably do that. Number 4 says go to the theater or to a movie. Either. I love going to movies. This whole thing with not being able to go to movie theaters and in public places and stuff like that, and like do things that I would normally do is been really weird for me, and I'm sure it's been weird for you guys. It's not really like exciting to sit at home and watch a movie. It's something about going to like the event of a theater that is exciting. It's something to do. It's an outing. I really miss going to movies. I used to go by myself all the time too. So like there's just something about sitting in the theater and like being like transported to wherever that movie's taking you. Obviously theaters are, I like musicals and plays and stuff like that, so theaters are also in, but obviously it's way more like conventional, I guess, to be able to go to a movie theater. But yeah, definitely go to the movie. I watch a lot of movies. Actually, I listen to a lot of movies. I don't always watch the movies. A lot of times they are just background noise for me. But I do have a lot of movies that I listen to and play in the background while I'm doing other things. Wear jeans or chinos? I'm assuming that they're asking khakis. I hate wearing khakis, so I would definitely pick the jeans. Yeah, like that's kind of a no-brainer. Number 6, have a margarita or a pina colada. I am very partial to tequila, so definitely it would be a margarita. A strawberry margarita would be preferable. Yeah, that's one of my drinks that I'll definitely order when I go out. I don't drink much, but every once in a while, And number 7, drink a glass of Guinness or a fat tire. I really don't like beer. I will drink it every once in a while, but I'm not a beer drinker. But to answer this question, I would probably go with fat tire, simply because I don't really like the darker, thicker ales. I just don't like them. I've tried a few, and yeah, not for me. So then the next one is number 8, which is drink coffee or beer. I drink so much coffee, it is ridiculous. Beer, I just said that I don't really drink beer. Every once in a while, like if I'm with friends or something and that's what's available, I'll have like one, but I am not in any way a beer drinker. Number 9 is Crash with friends or stay in a hotel? Well, I have basically been living out of hotels for the last 3 years. So I would probably pick to stay at a hotel because I'm very comfortable at hotels. Oops. I know my way around hotels. um, I'm very, very comfortable staying at hotels. So that's probably what I would probably pick. Plus I wouldn't want to feel like I'm like burdening my friends, taking up their space and stuff like that. Now I did like purposely get I don't know, it's like a glorified futon at IKEA. It's like a fold down, like it's like a love seat, but it folds down into like a queen size bed, on purpose, so that if my dad wants to come visit me or my mom wants to come visit me or anything, then they have a place to stay, and they would have their own room because they would have the TV room slash library once. Oh, excuse me. Once I have it set up, which I'm like halfway there. Once my stuff gets here and I get to start filling in the shelves, it's gonna look more like a library. So I'm actually super excited about that. I'll tell you more when I do the video on that stuff and I give you a little tour of my new place. Oh, I need more. Oh, there we go. So, next one is visit Europe or Mexico. Well, I have visited Mexico because I went on a couple cruises a few years ago. And we stopped in Mexico on a few different times. Of course, that's not really the same because it's, a cruise, and so they only let you go in certain areas. So it's not like you're really going to Mexico. But then again, I think a lot of times when like people from the U.S. go to Mexico, they're going on like a resort or something like that, which isn't truly Mexico either. It's a resort, It was okay. I mean, I just moved to Arizona, right? But I'm not like a hot weather person. So, I mean, this is going to be interesting for me. I have been in this area, not this particular area, but I have been in like Nevada and stuff when it's super hot. And it doesn't really bother me too much. But that was just a short visit, like a week or whatever. Because I go to Vegas a lot, so so I know what the heat's like. Living here every day during that, I don't know what I'm gonna feel about that. We will see. But I really, really, really want to go to Europe. I have like a whole list of places that I want to go. Like basically, I want to do a like tour of like all the art museums in Europe. I've always wanted to do that. And it's just like, be where all of the masterpieces are. And I go to art museums, I went to the Institute of Art in Chicago a lot when I was there in that area. I've been to, different art museums in different places that I've lived and traveled and stuff like that. But I really, really want to go to like the Louvre and stuff like that. I want to see like the Sistine Chapel and everything. So yeah, I would definitely pick going to Europe over going to Mexico. The next question is vacation in Hawaii or Alaska, and why? I would probably pick Alaska. I think it is more to my liking. I actually have family members that live in Alaska. But I think I am more drawn to like the wilderness type stuff than like the sunny beach type stuff. Ironic, I live in Arizona now. Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely pick Alaska. Plus I like snow, so if I went and there was snow, I wouldn't be upset about that. So speaking of snow, the day after I left Illinois, they got like totally dumped on with snow. Like I'm talking like 12 inches, like a lot of snow. I mean, I purposely left when I left so that I wouldn't get delayed in my travel time because of the snow and I wouldn't have to drive through all that. But yeah, it was, my dad called me the next day and he's like, "Are you sure you don't want to come back and shovel?" And I'm like, "I've never shoveled snow and I don't intend to come back to do it." So, yeah, not gonna miss that aspect. I am gonna miss seeing the snow and, I lived in Florida several years ago for a while, and that is one of the things that I did miss a lot when I lived down there was the changing of the seasons. And so far, like, I'm pretty sure I'm right about this, but Arizona does not even like really get rain. It only rains like a couple days a year in Arizona. So yeah, that's gonna be weird. Anyway, I'm like totally off track now. Number 12 is choose a free trip or money. That's a hard one. I think for me, it would really depend on where the free trip was to. If it was anywhere that I wanted, I would definitely choose the free trip. If it was somewhere like Mexico, I would probably say just give me the money. But I don't know. I really like experiencing stuff. So I mean, even if I'm just watching it and not even like really participating per se, and just kind of experiencing the whole thing, yeah, I would probably choose the trip as long as it wasn't somewhere that I just really didn't want to go. Let's see. Number 13. This is similar to another question. So stay in a hotel or an Airbnb home. I've never done an Airbnb, so I don't know. I don't know if I would feel comfortable staying in like a random house though. Maybe if it was for like a long period of time, like if I was going on vacation for like a month, I would probably be like, yeah, an Airbnb sounds like fun. We can do that because then we can save money. We can buy groceries. We can, cook our own meals. We don't have to eat out every single day like you do in a hotel. Unless you happen to have like an extended stay, which I do get frequently when I go to hotels. Even when I'm only going to be there for like a long weekend or something, it's just more convenient. You have more options. Plus the rooms are usually bigger when you get an extended stay, because they anticipate you being there for a long time. Plus a lot of extended stay hotels are pet friendly. So when Sirius travels with me, all the time, that comes in handy. Let's see. Number 14, go skiing or snowboarding. Well, I am not athletic in any way. In any way, shape, or form. I am not athletic. I mean, I'm lucky if I can just walk up the stairs. But and it's ironic because my apartment has stairs, which I chose on purpose because I liked the idea of having the split level apartment. But skiing or snowboarding, I would not go snowboarding. I might go skiing. I have cross country skied, but I'm assuming that this is like downhill skiing that they're talking about. I about killed myself doing cross country skiing, so I'm pretty sure I probably wouldn't do well if I went skiing. And you know, I lived in the northern part of the country for a long time, and I never once had the urge to go skiing. My mom had us all cross country skiing when I was little, and I did not enjoy that. It was like walking is slippery. I was not a fan. We only did it for a few years, and then I don't know what happened, but yeah. So skiing, probably not. That's not probably something I would do. Number 15 is travel by plane, train, or automobile. I have never traveled by train. I would like to someday. If nothing else, then to say I've traveled by train. I did fly pretty frequently. I like to fly. In no way does it scare me or anything. I fly by myself a lot because when I take my trips to Vegas, when I take my trips to Vegas, I fly, and I almost always go to Vegas by myself, so that doesn't bother me at all. I do a lot of stuff by myself, but I obviously don't. Driving by car doesn't bother me. I drive a lot. I drove a lot for my last job, all over the place. So yeah, I mean, the only thing on there that I haven't done is travel by train, and I would like to at some point. Number 16 is enjoy a houseboat or speedboat. Those are two totally different things. I've never been on a speedboat. I have been on like large fishing boats and stuff like that. I like being on boats. It's fun. I don't get seasick. I've been on cruise boats and stuff like that. And I've been on yachts, and I've been on like pontoons and stuff. So I would probably go with the houseboat over the speedboat. Go climbing or zip lining. I'm not athletic in any way. I've already mentioned that. So I have actually done zip lining, and that is fun and incredibly scary. So I'd probably go with zip lining on that one, simply because I've done it before and I could probably do it again. Number 18 is hiking or biking. Me and bicycles do not get along. The last time I really rode a bicycle, I crashed into a tree and had cuts and scrapes and stuff, head to toe. It was horrible. Yeah, I haven't really rode a bicycle since then, and that was like, I was like 11 or 12 at that point. Yeah, and I really haven't rode a bicycle since then. do stationary bikes. Stationary bikes I'm okay with, because you don't have to like control where they go and stuff. um, yeah, so I would probably say go for a hike. When I was younger, I used to go for hikes a lot. I used to walk through the local park and walk around for hours. But I haven't really done that in a long time. But over the two, I would definitely choose a hike over bicycling. All right, number 19, go to a comedy club or a dance club. I've been to both. I actually used to go to dance clubs quite frequently when I was younger. I feel like I'm really old looking back at it. I'm not that old, but yeah. In this point in my life, I would probably choose a comedy club over a dance club. I feel like I would be completely out of place at a dance club right now. I definitely feel my age, which isn't even that old. You know, I just turned 39, and yeah, so I feel like dance club time is over. I don't know. I mean, I'd probably go to like a dance class and like learn how to do like different dances like ballroom dancing or salsa or something like that, but to go to an actual like dance club where like, you know, most of the people there are probably barely in their 20s, I don't think so. That's not really my scene. But I would go to a comedy club. Yeah, like in a heartbeat I would go to a comedy club. And I've been to both. Let's see, have a night out or an evening in. I spend a lot of evenings in. I am not adverse to going out at all. Definitely like to go out. I used to go out a lot when I was younger, and I would have no problem going out like by myself and go out. Now I feel like I've gotten old. I don't do that stuff anymore. It's to me now it's almost like too much of a hassle unless I'm going out with like other people, which doesn't happen that frequently. And right now, like I know like 2 people in this area, so that probably won't be happening anytime soon. So yeah, probably stay in. I do a lot of staying in. 21 is watch TV or read a book. Can I do both? I do both quite frequently. And now that Sirius has gotten a little older and he's gotten more calmed down, and he can like, he doesn't have to have my full attention like all the time anymore. I'm sure I will probably be reading more, and I mean I am building myself a library so with the TV, so you know, options are there. But I would probably choose reading a book over watching TV. I've always chose reading a book over watching TV, unless, you know, I was doing both at the same time, which I can do and pay attention to both. It's different parts of the brain that is doing that. So yeah, both would be my answer, but book over TV. Go canoeing or water skiing. Not athletic. I would probably pick canoeing or kayaking over water skiing. I honestly could never see myself doing, like, saying, yeah, let's do that. Let's give that a go. No. And I'm not really a fan of water that much. Like, I will go on boats, but I'm not really a fan of being in the water. And I feel like water skiing you would have a very, very, very high chance of being in the water. So we're gonna vote with canoeing or like a kayak or something like that. Next question. Number 23 is camp in an RV or stay in a tent. I have done both. Growing up, we had a couple of different Winnebagos that we would park in our. We jokingly called the driveway at my dad's house the landing strip because it was so big. We always had so many cars, but growing up we had a couple different Winnebagos, and we always had it parked out and had them parked out in the driveway when we weren't using them, obviously. And a lot of times when my friends would come over and like stay the night or anything, we would actually just stay in the Winnebago so that we had like our own space and we weren't like disturbing anybody or anything, and we could stay up and talk or whatever as long as we wanted to. And that was really fun. I am not a fan of tents. I don't like sleeping on the ground. Even air mattresses, and I'm actually sleeping on an air mattress right now because my stuff is not here yet. So, and the ironic part is I had to go out and buy an air mattress, even though in my stuff that is on its way here, I have like a really expensive air mattress. If I had known what tote it was in when the movers were like loading up my stuff, I would have probably grabbed it, but I had no idea where it was in my storage unit. But yeah, so definitely an RV over a tent. Number 24 is use Facebook or Twitter. Well, I use Facebook. I have a Twitter account, but I have not used it since like Twitter like first came out. And even then, I didn't really use it. I really didn't know what to say on Twitter. Like, it limits you so much on like how long like your tweet can be. So, and I honestly, I don't know. It might have changed since then. I really haven't been on it. But yeah, okay, long story short, Facebook is where you can find me. And you can find me on Facebook. I have a business page, Heidi's Homemade Quilts. I don't know if it's Heidi's Homemade Quilts and More or just Heidi's Homemade Quilts. And then I, of course, have my personal page. So, yeah, Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I do blogging. Yeah, so there's that. Number 25 is, do you use an iPhone or an Android? I use an Android. I do my videos that you're watching right now on my Android phone. It is a S9 Plus. It's been paid off for a while now, and I have no intention of upgrading it because, I don't know, about a year and a half ago, maybe that long. I'm not sure. It might have been just a year ago. I dropped my phone in a hotel bathroom. I was taking it out of my pocket to set it down, and I dropped it, and it hit the floor, the tile, like just right, and just shattered my screen. So when I went to get it fixed, when they fixed it, what they had to do is they had to replace not only the screen, but they had to replace the back too, because I guess it's like one piece or something. I don't know. And when they did that, they had to replace the battery. So essentially, I got like a brand new phone when they repaired my phone for me. And of course, I had to pay for that myself because I never take out the insurance because I've never broken a phone before. So, but it wasn't too bad. It was like $250. So, I mean, and essentially I got a brand new phone because I had brand new battery, and that's usually the first thing that goes is the battery life. It never wants to charge or whatever. So yeah, so I have an S9 Plus. Would I ever go to an Apple? Probably not. I used a lot of Apple stuff for my previous job, and I just never really liked it. I think I'm just so used to the way that the Android system is that I don't think I would ever personally want to get an Apple. I don't know. I need to get a new laptop, and I know the best thing for like this type of stuff is to get like a MacBook, but I don't know if I would feel comfortable getting a MacBook if I've never really used a MacBook. So yeah, there's that. Next one. Excuse me. Let me drink some water here. 26. Win the lottery or find your perfect job. Technically, if you found your perfect job, wouldn't that be kind of like winning the lottery? I would probably say find my perfect job. Because if you really, really like what you do, then it's not really a job. People say that all the time, and I've experienced that to an extent because I really did like my old job, but not that much. But I really think that winning the lottery, like, I think I would get bored. I think I would want to have a job to do something. I don't know. But I think I would probably prefer to find the perfect job, if there's such a thing. Number 27. Swim in a pool or the ocean. I've done both, and I've swam in saltwater pools, which is amazing. I love swimming in saltwater pools because I can actually float. I have a hard time floating. I don't know why. But I personally would pick a pool, a saltwater pool if I had a choice. But I have like a fear of other people in the pool. Like, if there's other people in the pool, I will not swim. I will just kind of hang out like by the side of the pool and like, kind of chill. If I'm the only one, or if there's only like one other person in the pool with me, or like if it's like someone I came with or whatever, then I will swim. But I don't know, I've always had like a fear of like other people like getting in my way and like causing me to like struggle in the pool. So yeah, I don't even know where that comes from. It's like your like irrational fear, but not really, because it's a possibility, So yeah, I don't know. I would definitely choose a pool. I don't like feeling fish and stuff swim by me. I don't like that feeling. I probably would not go scuba diving. But yeah, so there's that. Let's see. Number 28 is travel by sailboat or cruise ship. I've never really been on a sailboat. I have a friend who owns a sailboat and like he lives on it. But I've never been on a sailboat. I would like to be on a sailboat. I don't know as if I would want to learn how to sail. I feel like I wouldn't do it enough to make it worth my while to learn how to do that. But I would like to be on one and experience being on a sailboat. I've been on cruise ships, it's not the same. I mean, you barely know that you're even on a boat at that point, unless you're sitting like way up on the front or on the back, and you can like actually feel the movement of the boat. You know, like if you're in like the center of a cruise ship, you really don't feel it. It just, unless it's like really like, it's really like rocky or something like that. 29 is watch sports or play sports. Well, I've already mentioned once or twice that I am not athletic. So I would definitely opt to watch sports. And what sports would I watch? I watch football and I watch hockey. And that's pretty much what I would watch. I'm not a huge fan of baseball or basketball. I would pick baseball over basketball, but I'm not really into sports. I don't really have teams, if that's going to be like your next question. I don't really have teams that I like root for. I just like a good game. And number 30 is play dodgeball or kickball. Now, I know I've said a million times that I am not athletic at all, and I'm not at all. However, when I was in grade school, I used to rock at kickball. I used to be the pitcher, and I was really good at pitching in kickball. So I would definitely pick kickball over dodgeball. There's something about getting, being attacked by a bunch of balls does not sound appealing. I've played it, obviously. I mean, I had to when I was in grade school. I think everyone has done that in gym class at some point or another. Yeah, so definitely kickball. I know, very similar to baseball, just, kicking it instead of hitting it. So yeah, different playing than watching, that's for sure. Okay, so it looks like we have a little bit of time left, so I'm going to go on to the next questions. So, this one has 20 questions. So, question number 1. Who would you want with you if you were stranded on a desert island? Who would I want with me? I don't know I don't know if I would name a particular person. I would want someone that I could talk to, someone that wasn't going to like annoy the heck out of me, that I could actually have like a conversation with. And if I could have a conversation with the person, then they would have to be somewhat intelligent, which would work in my favor because, sorry about that, you guys fell. Which would work in my favor because if they were intelligent enough to carry on a conversation, then they would be able to help come up with ideas to get ourselves, come up with ideas to get ourselves saved. So there's that. Question number 2. If you could do anything you wanted right now, what would it be? I would probably, honestly, at this point, I would just want my stuff to be here so that I could unpack and get my apartment set up. And I would actually be able to like sleep in like an actual bed and like have my stuff around me. Um so yeah, I think that would be what I would want to do like right now if I could is have my stuff here. Um if money was no object, what would you do all day? Um Probably craft. Probably do some like every day I'd probably be doing something different. Because I do a lot of different types of crafts. So I would probably be like, today I'm gonna do this. Today I'm gonna do this. Like today I'm going to do diamond painting. Tomorrow I'm going to do a quilt. The next day I'm just gonna crochet. Or maybe I'll paint or whatever strikes my fancy at the moment. But it would probably be definitely involved with crafting. Because that is what I like to do in my downtime. So, where do you most want to travel but have never been? That is a good question. I want to go so many places. We already talked about Europe. I really, I really want to go to Belgium because I am Belgian and like I would like to do like one of those ancestry things and find out like where my family is from in Belgium and like see where they lived and stuff like that. I think that would be really interesting to do. So I think that would probably be my answer to that one. Let's see. Where am I? Number 5. What is your favorite memory? My favorite memory. That is a very interesting question. My favorite memory. Oh wow. I don't know as if I've made my favorite memory yet. Yeah, I honestly cannot think of a favorite memory. Something that would be like my go-to memory. Yeah, I would have to say I have not made that memory yet. Number 6. Who is your favorite author? That is an extremely difficult question for me to answer, as I am a bibliophile, so I read constantly. I have a master's degree in English, so like I really like to read. Who is my favorite author? I could give you a couple of my favorite authors. I really, really enjoy Neil Gaiman. I really like his spins on classic tales and the way he brings them to life in like a modern idea and tone. and makes them very real and personable. I really, really like how he does that. I like Nora Roberts. I've at one point I owned almost every single one of her books. Oh, and I missed a bunch of those. But they were all in paperback, and I went through a phase where I got rid of all of my paperback books because I wanted to have more of a adult feeling. And I felt like having hardcovers was more adult-like than having a bunch of paperbacks. I think because like hardcover says I can afford to buy a book and not just buy something that I'm gonna throw away, or something like that. So I actually got rid of I think I got rid of pretty much all of my Nora Roberts books when I did that. But I read pretty much all of them before I did that. So let's see. Number 7, what is your favorite book? That is a really hard one too. I have a lot of books that I really, really, really like. Well, when I was younger, my favorite book was The Witch of Blackbird Pond. Currently, I don't know if I could say I have a favorite book. Books that I can read over and over again, maybe. I have read Jane Austen novels several times. I've read Dracula probably 10 times. I've read all the Harry Potter books like 3 times. Let's see. Number 8. Who do you look up to and why? That is a really difficult question as well. I don't know how to answer that one. I don't really have, never really had like a role model or anything. I honestly don't know if there's anybody that I look up to. One of my friends is like this like amazing person. She does anything she can to help other people and never like expects anything in return. And she has 2 kids that have that are autistic and have like their own rhythms, and she's just like an amazing mom to them. And I think that's probably what I would answer for that. Let's see. Number 9. What was your favorite activity in gym class? I stopped taking gym class when I was in 8th grade. I had a medical exempt because I have scoliosis. And my doctors did not want me doing something that could potentially damage my spine because I had to wear a brace. I wore what was called a Boston brace for like a year and a half. Which was like the most uncomfortable thing ever. So there's that. But my favorite part of gym class, I don't know if I had a favorite. I was not an athletic person. I am not an athletic person. Probably kickball. Going back to the question from before. Probably kickball. That was probably my favorite because it was something I could actually do, and I enjoyed it. Let's see. What has been your biggest challenge? My biggest challenge was learning to be okay by myself. I had to do that pretty quickly. When I was a senior in high school, my parents got divorced, and my mom ended up moving to Little Rock, Arkansas, and I lived in Illinois. Okay, that's where I was born and raised. And when my parents got divorced, my mom moved, and I stayed with my dad until I graduated from high school. And my mom somehow talked me into moving to Arkansas with her. And when I did that, it was incredibly hard for me to go from having a ton. Oops. Sorry about that, guys. You fell again. From having a ton of friends that I could call up in a moment's notice and say, hey, let's go shopping, or hey, let's go do this or something. It was very, very difficult for me to acclimate to not knowing anybody and not having that group of people that I could just call. And then, of course, when I moved back, a year or so later, nothing was the same, You expect it to be the same, but it's not. And, the people who you were friends with had moved on, and they have their own things going on, It's not like it was when it was in high school or anything. And ever since then, I've kind of struggled with that, of being alone. I've spent so much time by myself. If I didn't have crafting and stuff, I probably would have gone nuts. Because I am actually a very social type person, but yeah, I've learned to be more self-contained, and I don't need other people. Not that I don't want to be around other people, and I don't want friends. The last 3 years, I have been by myself a lot because my job required it. I would travel all over the place and, live out of hotels. And, it's not like you can make friends or date or, anything like that, normal life activities. Sorry, guys. I keep falling. Okay. Normal life activities, when you're doing that kind of stuff. I basically gave up 3 years of my life, which, looking back at it, I probably shouldn't have done it for as long as I did. But I didn't really have a choice. I tried to get out of the position, and get a different position with the company, and it just wasn't happening. And so I just kept doing it until something else came up. And eventually I left. I'm doing this now. I moved. So yeah, that's that was my response is, obviously I can't get out of this position without leaving, so that's what I did. I left. I got I missed some of those. I hate that. Do you guys hate that? When you like do a color and then like you find out that you missed one or a couple. You like put it all away again and you're like, oh, well, there's a couple more. I do that a lot. Sometimes I leave it and I just do it at the end. And then sometimes I'll go back and grab it again. It depends on if I've already poured out another color yet or not sometimes. Okay, let's see. What is your biggest success up until now? Publishing a couple books. I think that's probably one of my most successful things I've done. Getting my master's degree. Using my master's degree, that's a different story, but getting the master's degree was definitely a success. Let's see, what does your perfect day look like? 75 degrees? No, I'm kidding. Well, probably not getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning to take the dog out. He's been on a kick recently of getting up and like, because he like scratches at the bottom of his cage, kennel, whatever we want to call it, until I wake up and take him outside. So he's been doing that at like 4 o'clock in the morning, like during like this whole week. And then I can't go back to sleep because I can't get comfortable because I'm sleeping on an air mattress. So like getting like a good night's sleep, like getting up at like a normal time, like 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock is good. Being able to make coffee because I haven't had coffee in a week. I know I can just go like down the street and get like Starbucks or something, but yeah, I haven't because I've been busy building furniture and going out and buying said furniture. But yeah, so having my coffee, having some breakfast, not really having anything that I have to do, and being able to, like, honestly, my perfect would be to be able to just like create something, probably quilting, because I haven't done that in like 3 years, actually like designed and made a quilt. It's just something that I really enjoy doing, and once I have my stuff set up, you guys will see that. But yeah, that's probably what I would do for my perfect day. Have something really good for lunch. Yeah, so let's see, what is one thing that you can't live without right now? Probably my dog. He keeps me he keeps me sane. Yeah, we'll just leave it at that. So 14, university or life experience, which do you feel best prepares you for life? I think a combination. I definitely am a strong believer in education, but I also think that you have to get out and live life. So I think a good combination of both is important. Yeah. What is the one thing that should be taught in school that isn't already? Common sense. Yeah, I wish you could teach common sense. unfortunately, if you don't have it, it's hard to teach that. Yeah, being in retail for so long, and you know, interviewing and training the younger group of people, even the older people sometimes don't always have common sense either. But I feel like that's like something that's really lacking right now. In today's youth is like they don't understand the concepts of like just like common sense and like you like how to do things and I mean if you could teach common sense that would be admirable. If you were to create a piece of art, what would the subject be? Well, I would argue that I create art a lot. Fiber arts, whether it's crochet with yarn or, quilts and stuff. I mean, subject matter, I don't know. Whatever I felt like making at the time, I guess. I usually tend to do things that make me happy, so, happiness would probably be the subject matter. What one thing would you change if you had to do it over? I don't know. I think that stuff happens for a reason. I don't think I would change anything because if I changed something, like other stuff would not have happened. So I think everything that's happened for a reason, and stuff that's happened has made me stronger and made me understand things better and understand myself better. So I would not say I would change anything. If you could go back in time, what year would you travel to? Oh gosh. I don't know. That would be a hard one. Probably early 1800s in that time period. I think that would probably be where I would want to go. I read a lot of books that are set in that time period, so I think that would kind of make sense for me. Yeah, that would probably be my answer. What does your life say about you? I like to travel. I'm a wanderer at heart, I think. I am Sagittarius, so that does make sense. So yeah. I like to move around, I guess. I think that's what my life would say about me. Yeah, okay. And the last one is, how would your friends describe you? I don't know. That's a tough one. I don't really have a whole lot of friends that I have friends, but people that I see on like a regular basis or even talk to on a regular basis, I don't have those people. I haven't for a long time. My friend who, until just recently, obviously because I moved, who did my hair, she's like one of my closest friends, and I only really ever get to see her when she did my hair. But you know, because life. But I don't know what my friends would say about me. I'd be curious to ask them that, actually. Yeah. Okay, well, I've rambled on a lot, and we got through 50 get to know me questions. So if you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. If you have questions for me, put them in the comments, and I will get back to you, or maybe I'll answer them in another video. I do intend to be getting on a lot more frequently now that I have my own place, and once everything is set up, I will be doing a lot of videos. I'll be doing more how-to videos as well, mainly with like quilting and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that and you have a question, definitely like leave me a question if you want. If you're subscribed, thank you. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please think about doing so. I promise there's going to be a lot more content coming in like the very near future. I just have to get through this like moving in phase, and then I'm going to be doing a lot more. I'm not going to be working the insanely crazy busy schedule that I was working before, so I should have more time. And I'm not traveling anymore. I'm going to be staying in one spot, so I don't have that to contend with as well. I honestly don't know how many unboxings I'm going to be doing coming up. I do have, in my stuff, once it gets here, I do have some unboxings to do that I just put in with the stuff to move and was going to do them when they got here. So I do have some diamond painting unboxings and stuff like that to go through. And I will go back into my floss tube stuff and do those as well, and get you guys caught up on what I have been doing with that. So that's also coming up in the very near future. So thanks for watching, and have a good day.